is possible. It started with a dream.
Hello and welcome to another video from Sandra at Sandra's Stamp and Craft Studio. Today I'm sharing with you a cutest little box that I've been making for over 10 years, 12 years. The box itself is so cute for all sorts of things. So let me get you down onto the craft table and I will show you my box. So here we are. I'm going to start off today with a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock, and I'm going to be cutting it down the whole length of the card. So you want the shortest edge at the top. And for my first piece, I'm going to cut at 6 centimeters all the way down. And then while it's in there, I'm actually going to score it at 3 centimeters all the way down the middle. This is a bit of a different box. It's not your standard kind of style, but you will see how it all comes together quite nicely. So this is the sides of the box. So I want the length of this to be way over here at 27 centimeters. Okay, so again, while that's in there, we're going to score this at our 6.5 times table. So we have 6.5 centimeters, we have 13 centimeters, 19.5 centimeters and 26 centimeters. So that's one piece. That's going to be the sides of our box. Now we're going to take this large piece of card back again, and I'm going to cut this one. I need to make this 17 by 7 centimeters. So 7 centimeters this way. You can discard that, and then 17 this way. And this one will just have 2 score lines. We're going to score this at 7 and 10. Okay, so that's all for now. We can remove the trimmer out of the way. I'm going to burnish those folds along the score lines with my bone folder here and here. So that will be like a book, like a cover for my project. Okay, pop that out of the way. So this piece had the line through the middle and the score lines down. Okay, now this little piece on the corner here is going to come completely out. So I'm going to snip this one and take that completely out. So that's the first step. This piece on the top here, you can taper those corners very, very slightly. You don't need a lot, but just a tiny little piece to take those out of the way. And then the same side that you've cut this out, we're going to cut up the middle here. Okay, like so, and like so. Okay, so this is now going to come round and join together on that little tab. So we need our tombow. Okay, so there's our little box. So I'm going to turn it over, and from the back of the box we're going to fold these edges in. Okay, so you'll notice that there's going to be a tiny little hole in the center. That doesn't matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just apply some adhesive in those corners, and I normally like to do a little circle on each piece. Okay, and then we're going to turn that, push them down, and we're going to turn that over. Now I like to use the squares on my grid mat here to make sure that that is nice and square and not gone a little bit skew-if. I'll take another tombow that I'm not using, that's got the lid on it, making sure that that's nice and square, and I'm going to press down on the middle of this with my tombow. It's a good solid base and it's good for pressing down on adhesive, like so. Okay, so now we're going to bring back my little cover that I made earlier, and this is going to here in the middle here. Now I'm going to take this up to that back line where the score line is. You don't want it over the score line because it won't fold. It is going to fold around the outside of there like so. Okay, so that's the mechanism and how it's going to work. But before we do that, I'm going to cut the matte layers to actually decorate the lid, and then we can build all of that at the same time. So I'm now going to take my Whisper white cardstock, and I'm going to cut this at 6.3 centimetres. I'll make those nice and straight, top and bottom. And I will cut that whole length. Okay, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to cut these. We want one 6.3 square, so that's going to be for our lid. And I will take my mini trimmer, because we're working in smaller measurements, it's much easier to see. So I'm now going to cut this at 2.8 centimetres, just so I can see that under the guide there. And we want 4 pieces. Now I'm going to take one piece of my designer series paper. This is a 6-inch piece from the Flowers for Every Season, and it does have the beautiful poinsettias in there, which is lovely at this time of year. So I'm going to cut this at 6 centimetres, and again I need one piece that is 6 centimetres square. I'm going to need 4 pieces at 2.5 centimetres.
Built a family. We've grown strong together. You know it's all because everybody plays a part in doing what we love.
And I have my 4 pieces. Okay. So now I'm going to bring on my lid and my designer series papers. Here, so I have 4 pieces of each. And these will all mat together nicely. So these will go on here, like so, and this will go on here, like so. And there we have all our 4 pieces. So that's the 4 sides and this is the lid. So now we have the lid of our box. So this is going to be the cover. I'm taking some of my tear and tape and I'm going to place this in the center of the box here. Okay, it's not gone all the way to the edge because this is going to cover over the edge there and leave that stuck out to the side. And then I have some Just Jade. This is our in colour ribbons and this is our Just Jade. So I'm going to have a piece of ribbon. I need to have this so it's going to wrap all the way around the outside of my box. So I'm going to place this in here like so and just hold it in place at the moment and bring that round so the tie is going to be on the side here. Okay, so that's the length of ribbon you need. So we'll just snip that off. And there we go. So I'm going to hold that in place and stick this down exactly where I need that to be. So just take off that backing tape and then just lay that on top there. Don't worry if your tape sticks out either side of the ribbon. If your ribbon's a little bit narrow, don't worry about that because it's all going to be covered. So I'm now going to stick this over the top, making sure if you've got a one-way pattern that the design is facing the way that you'd like it to be. So round the edges and on top there. And that gets placed in the centre, like so. And that will wrap around my box. Okay, so for the box, I'm going to adhere these onto 3 sides.
It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family. We've grown strong together, you know it's all because everybody plays a part in doing what we love.
There we go. And I'll just run that over with the bone folder just to press those down firmly. Make sure they're all adhered nicely. Now this one with no side on it is going to be the inside of our box. Now you can, if you like, adhere that to the back of the box there like so, or you can leave that loose. It's entirely up to you. Or you could actually cut a fifth piece and actually have one on here. But I prefer, once the three sides are on my box, I prefer to have that on the outside, because when this is tied, you're going to see that all in all its glory around here. So I like to put my additional one on the back here. And I'm going to place this over the top of the ribbon again, so that it's hidden on the inside. Okay. The idea of the sizes is that we're having the continuity that all the sizes measure the same. Okay. So now we've nearly finished. We're going to place our box with the blank side facing inwards, and we're going to place adhesive on here. Be fairly generous with your adhesive, because it's going to make sure it sticks to the bottom of the box. And it's the side that's got the blank piece faces there. I'm going to just check that that fits all the way around there, and the fold will still fold up. And we have a small little border around the side there, but that's the most important one, that will still come up. So I'm just going to press that down on here. We can remove the mat now. So we're working on a hard surface, so we can press that down nicely to make sure that all adheres well. And then we tie the lid shut, and we tie the fastener on the side of the box. If we want to, we can just trim the ends too. Make those level. Okay, but hang on to those little tiny pieces of ribbon. I have other videos showing you how to use those. So there's our little box nearly finished, and I'm going to introduce you quickly to a new product. I'm going to stamp the sentiment from the Tag Buffet stamp set. You could use any sentiment you liked, but at the moment this season I'm liking this one because it just says "with love for you," and I'm stamping this onto a scrap of Whisper White cardstock using my Just Jade ink, which coordinates with the papers and the ribbon. Okay, so I'll move those out of the way. So there's our sentiment. A new product that is coming in the January to June mini catalogue that's starting on the 5th of January. Now this is a twin oval punch. It's got the inner one, which is nice, like I'm going to do now for the greeting, and then the larger one for the backing. So I'm going to slide this in from one side. I'm going to layer these up together using Stampin' Dimensionals. There we go. And I hope you like that little box. So cute, so many different uses, different seasons, different papers, different occasions. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial. If this is your first visit, please click on the subscribe button below. And if you ring the bell too, then you'll be notified when I release future videos. All my contact details will be at the end of the video and in the description below, and I hope to see you here again soon. Bye for now.